Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen and I'm the Restless Thrifter and I'm a reseller on eBay and other online platforms. I have 4 sales to pack up and another one to tell you about. I've already packed it and shipped it because it was due a couple of days ago. This is my dog Reacher behind me and Sophie's down there under the desk. They are hoping for treats. They've had lots of treats. I'll give them one when we're done here. So yeah, I'm gonna ship up my packages. It's been slow. I've been distracted by these in-person stores and not listing as much. So I do need to shift my focus back to online listing and, still working on the stores, but I don't need to put as much into it as I have been probably, but right now when I say these in-person stores, there are 2 racks that I rent out from a friend who has a space inside a vendor mall. And the women's rack has been up and running for a couple of months now, 2.5 months. 2 months. And then the men's starts tomorrow. So from there, it should be able to handle just like a weekly trip out. And I'm not going to be sourcing specifically for the rack like I have been for a little while, at least until I can start to get my death pile under control. I say that, but if I'm at the bins and I find some good stuff for the rack, I might as well. I'm already there. But making specific trips to stores to find low-cost goods to sell on this rack because things sell really cheaply. It's just I need to manage my time a little bit better between the 2 things. So all that said, we're going to ship out some online sales. And the first one is a Mercari sale for a top that I have had a long time. I've tried selling it on the racks. I've tried selling it online for a while. And finally, when I relisted it for the umpteenth time, it sold to someone in Alaska on Mercari. And it is a vintage thermal floral top, like from the 80s. But it's kind of that Y2K Bella Swan from Twilight style. So I use those keywords. It's a size large. And it does have some shoulder pads that can be clipped out. I think it's really cute. I kind of was surprised that it didn't sell faster. Let me pull up Vendoo, which is what I use to manage all my inventory, and I can tell you the details about the sale. What's happening? Here goes my yawning. This time I'm yawning because we've had a busy weekend. It was a really good weekend. We just got back from having some fajitas and swimming with a very good friend of mine at their new house. And well, they've been there for a while, but they just finished all the remodels and stuff. And yeah, it was a nice time. Their pool is nicely shaded at that time of day. So, you're not baking in the sun, just kind of enjoying some relaxing floats. What am I looking for? All right. So this item, already forgotten what it was. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the Bella Swan. Oh, I guess it's still showing up as listed for some reason. I will mark it as sold. They sent me an offer, and yeah, it was pretty low, but like I said, I'd had it listed for a while, so I took that. $6. My selling fee was $122. I had it only listed for $10 at this point. I paid $1.09. I'm guessing I probably picked that up at the bins when I lived in Denver. And shipping expenses will be $0 for me. So I made $4.91, and plus I'm getting that $1.09 investment back. Let me go get my hot tea. Hold on. All right, so I made $4.91. Glad to see that out the door. And where the heck is it? Did I not pull it? All right, so I'm going to put it in a poly mailer, 10 by 13. One thing I do need to do is swap out my labels. I was printing labels for the store, the rack, earlier. Can't stop yawning. And put my wider labels on for packing labels, shipping labels. Don't really have that many left on this particular roll, but I got a whole stash. And I'll download the label from Mercari. Mercari's still slow for me, but maybe one a week, two a week. Yesterday we had a pretty busy day too. We went and saw my great nephew. He is technically out of the womb for 3 months, but he was a preemie. So it's kind of like he's just newborn sized. He is adorable, and I really enjoyed getting to hold him. I hadn't held a baby since my 26-year-old niece was a baby that I can remember. I'm just not in general a big baby person, but I'm getting old, so I guess I'm turning into a softie. I'm gonna have to look up where this is because it's in Alaska, and the address, there's like no P.O. box or anything. I guess maybe it's a super small town and you just go up to the post office and give them your name. I don't know. I'll have to look that up later. I find it interesting. This is some throat comfort tea with a little honey. I'm actually dealing with a toothache. I need to go see the doctor tomorrow. Or the dentist. I'm hoping they can get me in because I'm a little worried that I'm going to need a root canal or something terrible. I don't know. I don't usually have problems with my teeth. Just another joy of getting older, I guess. Okay, this next one is something I listed very recently out of my closet, my own personal closet. It's a Torrid plus size 1X tank top, pink bird dove print, tulip split back semi-sheer. I loved this top. I just haven't worn it in so long. I don't wear a lot of tank tops anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and sell it. It's going to New Jersey, and it's sold on eBay. I think this is full price for $19.96 plus shipping. It's a really cute print and a really pretty bright pink color. And I'm going to put it in a 6x9, really small mailer, because this is a really sheer lightweight shirt. It weighs probably less than 6 ounces, but 6 ounces is what I'd put on as my estimate. Let's see. It is 3.2, so I'm going to round that up to 4. And shipping is $4.52 for me. This sold in 3 days for full price. With shipping, let's figure out how much they paid with shipping. And I am going to blow off some steam here and vent to you guys a little bit about lowball offers, buyers in general, taboo topics like bad buyers. These were good buyers, but I did have some issues with some buyers this weekend. Okay, I got to pull up all transactions to see how much they paid with shipping. It was $27.22 and fees were $3.86. My cost of goods, I put as 0, but I'm going to go back and figure out how much I paid when I probably bought this, maybe even full price, back in 2016. So I'm going to have to kind of see if I can find my receipt. I like to put the exact cost if I can find it. But for these purposes, I'm going to say it's $0 because I just pulled it from my closet. I made $18.83 in that case. Most likely it'll be a negative amount once I get the actual cost of it. But it sold very quickly, and someone else can enjoy this really adorable tank top. Okay, let me go ahead and talk about one thing that a buyer did that I'm questioning. First of all, this was an international sale that I made for a cookie jar, and they just received it. It took more than 2 weeks for them to receive because it went to England, Canada, Australia. I can't remember. I want to say it was an English speaking country overseas and not Canada, but it could have been. They said, I thought this was new. It had a weird smell and appeared to have been used. It was new. They didn't provide any pictures. They didn't open a case. They just messaged me. And I sometimes think that people are trying to get something, get a refund without having to go through the proper channels. Because this is an international sale, they need to go through eBay actually. So we'll see what they respond back with. And if they respond back at all, I will just reach out to eBay and say, hey, can you take care of this? This is an international sale. I get it to you guys. You guys are supposed to handle the rest. Now, if they're saying it's item not as described, I'm sure eBay's going to ask for photos and stuff. But what are they going to do? Just dirty it up, right? To prove their point. I don't believe that it was dirty or had a weird smell. Just looking at my neighbor's car. Okay, the next one, and I'll let you know how that turns out. The next one is a pair of Crocs. It was a Poshmark sale. These sold super fast as well. These are men's camouflage Crocs. I do find that these sell quickly. These are size 13 classic clogs, khaki camo, Real Tree Advantage Max 4 HD camouflage. And they sold for $21. That was an offer. I think I had them listed for $30. I was getting some low offers, which will lead into my next topic, low offers. Okay, first of all, let me get this info plugged in and print out the label. So if they paid $21 plus shipping, my fees were $4.20. It's going to Ohio. And my cost of goods was $6.48, little high. My shipping expenses are $0 on Poshmark. I made a quick $10.32, sold in 1 week. Oh, forgot to put the box together. I'm going to put them in this USPS shipping box. It's called a shoe box. Tape noise warning. If I can find the tape. I warn just because it is loud, and if you have headphones on, you might want to pop them out. So yesterday we went and saw my nephew, and then we also went to a comedy show, and that was good. So yeah, a pretty busy weekend, and enjoyed all of it. All right, so yesterday I sent out 30% off offers on Poshmark for almost everything that had a like. I sent off out 20% off offers for some of my newer items. I typically have been sending 15% off offers automatically when someone likes something after it's been listed for like a couple of days, but I decided to send off out bigger offers. Well, I basically got smacked in the face by 3 people at least. I'll put screenshots up of people sending me super low balls after I sent these out. And I'm like, okay, guys, there's some people it's like I had offered, lowering, but then they're asking like for more than 50% off of even my lowest one. And I'm like, that's just rude. Like, I'm not that desperate. I'm just trying to send good deals so I can make more offers on a day that's been pretty slow. I'm still trying to pay my bills. They may not realize that. I think a lot of people don't realize that we are resellers by a job as a trade and not just selling out of our closet. But even then, you know, those people are trying to recoup some of the money they spent so they can buy other things they need. Do you really need that pair of shoes or that shirt? Or you want that pair of shoes or that shirt? Probably just want. Do the people selling it really need the money? Probably more likely they need the money than you need the shirt. So don't be insulting. That's the way I felt, at least yesterday. Sometimes I don't care as much, but I got so many of these that I was just like, you try to send out a good, fair offer, and that's what you get. Anyhow, the next one is another Poshmark sale. It's a Lady Hagen size extra large wrap skirt, new white golf tennis pickleball skirt summer. All the keywords you can think of, or that I could think of. It's going to the Bronx. And I think some people are just wearing these skirts for fashion, not necessarily sports, but they are also popular for golf, tennis, and pickleball. Lady Hagen is a golf brand, pretty sure. And with this one, it's an example of one I sent 30% off and they accepted it. The offer's $12. Super low already. But, someone else might have sent me like a $5 offer after that going, oh, they're going to send out good offers? I'll be really cheap. Yes, I'm a little bit annoyed by it. So that, like I said, I'm just venting. I will move on with my life. In most cases, I just declined when it was that low. Sometimes I will counter offer with the absolute lowest I'm willing to take. And in this case, those 30% off pretty much already were, because I think I'd already recently lowered my prices by 10%. So sometimes I'll counter, sometimes I'll just decline if I'm feeling like, okay, hopefully this decline will send you the message that your offer is just way off, you know? But this one sold for 12, which is really low anyway. It sold in 3.5 months, and cost of goods was $432. My fees would be $240. Shipping 0. So I'm not going to make much. Oh, actually, no, my fees won't be $240. They'll be $295. I forget. Anything under 15 is $295. So it'll be even less profit. $4.73. That's okay. I sent that offer to them. Ready to get rid of some summery things. And then the next one is a Calvin Klein dress. Calvin Klein plus size 18W dress, new gingham faux wrap, knee length, preppy career. It was new with tags, but it was missing the belt. I'm going to put it in a poly mailer. It will go out USPS ground. It's going to Pennsylvania. And I'm going to put it in a 12 by 16 poly mailer. This is a little bit longer and thicker. Probably could have fit in a, no, I think it was better off in this length. Might have fit, but I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I already have 5 sales. I guess I had more than I thought. And then I have one I'm going to tell you about that I already packed up and shipped. I mentioned it in the last video, but I didn't ship it out then. It was the salt rock. It's a cool one where you put it in this holder kind of thing, and then you can put a tea light or a candle or something in it. And it was breakable, so I wrapped it up with a lot of bubble wrap. Let's see, what did I make on this one? They paid, what did they pay? Okay, $8.98 was the shipping. I paid $4.32. They paid with shipping $61.88. This is a great sale. And my fees were $8.26. $8.26. I have another return coming that didn't fit someone, but that's fine. You know, those things are to be expected. And then I made, that sold in a month and a half, and I made $40.32. That's great. Let me look up the salt rock for you. Rock. You know, the electric ones that you plug in? This one is just something that you would put a candle in instead. There it is, Himalayan salt rock stratosphere candle holder with spiral metal stand base. And it sold for, with shipping, $32.06. My fees were $4.65. I got this at a church sale, and I paid $171. That was my average cost of goods per item at that church sale. I say $4.65 in the fees, yes. And then, what did I say my shipping was? Oh, I didn't. Go back and look. The shipping label cost $12.36. And I had this a while. I'd had it a full year and 4 months. So it was time to move on. I made $13.34. This is a pretty cool thing. All right, that's all of them. I will put up here how much I made total in these days, and I will also let you know how much of that total revenue, the first number, the bigger number, was from sales from my racks in person at that vendor mall, just so you can see where those extra dollars are coming from. Thank you guys for watching. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. It truly helps me to know that you're enjoying this video. Lets other people know that you're enjoying the video. Maybe I will get some more viewers, more subscribers. If you're not subscribed and would like to see more of these, please hit the subscribe button. It is free. And as always, just keep listing. Bye, y'all.